Hello, I'm Essay, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
The year 850 AD witnessed a convergence of intellectual currents, giving rise to a text that would profoundly shape the course of mathematical thought. This was the era of the Abbasid Caliphate, a period of significant scientific and cultural flourishing in the Islamic world. Amidst this vibrant milieu emerged Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, a scholar working at the House of Wisdom in Baghdad. His contributions spanned various fields, but his most enduring legacy resides in his seminal work, the Compendious book on calculation by completion and balancing. This treatise, a cornerstone of algebra, represents a pivotal moment in mathematical history because it established algebra as an independent discipline, offering systematic methods for solving linear and quadratic equations. The intellectual landscape preceding al-Khwarizmi's work showed a patchwork of mathematical approaches. Babylonian mathematics had explored solutions to quadratic equations, but their methods were procedural, lacking a generalizable framework. Greek mathematicians, particularly Euclid, made remarkable advances in geometry, but their focus centered on geometric proofs rather than algebraic manipulation. Indian mathematicians had developed sophisticated numeral systems, including the concept of zero, which facilitated calculations, yet their algebraic techniques were still largely rudimentary. Al-Khwarizmi, drawing from these various sources, synthesized these components to create a new, logically coherent system. He built upon the intellectual advancements of his time, while simultaneously departing from them. He brought forth a novel approach. His genius lay in recognizing the potential of disparate mathematical practices, organizing them into a single, universal system. He created a method of solving practical problems by utilizing algebraic equations, presented these methods in a systematic, the Compendious book on calculation by completion and balancing, departed from the geometric focus of Greek mathematics and the primarily computational style of Indian mathematics. Al-Khwarizmi's ambition was to create a practical guide for solving problems in everyday life, such as calculating inheritances, surveying land, and settling commercial transactions. He explicitly stated this practical aim in the introduction. His work provided explicit instructions, complete with worked examples, demonstrating how to solve various types of equations. The core of al-Khwarizmi's contribution lies in his systematic treatment of linear and quadratic equations. He classified equations into 6 basic types, based on their structure, involving terms like squares x squared, roots x, and numbers. He then set out rules for solving each type of equation. These rules were based on 2 fundamental operations: algebra completion and omikabala balancing. Algebra corresponded to the operation of removing negative terms from an equation by adding them to both sides. Omikabala referred to simplifying an equation by combining like terms on each side. He used these techniques to isolate the unknown quantity, providing a clear method for determining the value of x. For instance, to solve an equation such as x squared plus 10x equals 39, he would use algebra to rewrite it, eliminating any negative terms. Then, he would employ omikabala to simplify, eventually arriving at a solution. He demonstrated the steps with clear, stepwise instructions. The immediate impact of the Compendious book on calculation by completion and balancing was substantial. It offered a practical method for solving real-world problems. Translators later transmitted the text into Latin in the 12th century. This translation acted as a catalyst, introducing algebra to the European academic world. The book's influence radiated far beyond the Islamic world of its origin. Its methods became essential for mathematicians, merchants, and surveyors across Europe. It was a practical toolbox that provided solutions to multiple problems. Al-Khwarizmi's methods quickly became the standard for mathematical problem solving in many areas of society. The impact of the Compendious book on calculation, by completion, and balancing on the subsequent evolution of mathematics is profound and multifaceted. The book's influence extends to centuries. It spurred the development of algebra as a distinct discipline. For example, the techniques of algebra and omikabala lay the foundation for all subsequent algebraic manipulations. The very word algebra derives from algebra. The systematic approach pioneered by al-Khwarizmi set the stage for the development of modern algebraic notations and techniques. It influenced mathematicians across many cultures. Later, mathematicians built on his foundation. Later mathematicians expanded upon al-Khwarizmi's work, refining and generalizing his methods. Mathematicians developed more sophisticated techniques for solving equations and manipulating algebraic expressions. The introduction of symbolic notation, making equations easier to write and manipulate, became more prevalent. This culminated in the work of mathematicians such as François Viet, who introduced a more systematic use of letters to represent unknowns and coefficients, making algebraic expressions much more flexible. This helped facilitate the standardization of mathematical notation. Khwarizmi's work was subject to minimal contemporary criticism. The method was exceptionally clear and provided solutions to important problems. However, it should be noted his focus was on solving particular types of equations. He did not develop a comprehensive theory of algebraic structures. He did provide an essential foundation for the development of these structures in the future. Several intellectual currents influenced Khwarizmi's work. His knowledge of Indian numerals was critical. His system allowed for more efficient calculations compared to the Roman numeral system used by the Greeks. The writings of Dilophantus, a Greek mathematician who lived in Alexandria, likely offered inspiration. Dilophantus had explored solutions to algebraic equations, even though his approach was highly specialized. Khwarizmi's innovation lay in creating a more systematic and generalizable approach. He was working within a tradition of Islamic scholarship, and the Islamic intellectual context facilitated his work. The House of Wisdom, where he worked, was a center for translation and scholarship. Furthermore, he also benefited from the advancements in astronomy and geography. These fields required sophisticated mathematical tools and provided practical problems to solve. The impact of the Compendious book on calculation, by completion, and balancing upon subsequent works is evident in many areas. The text was translated into Latin in the 12th century. This introduction spurred the revival of mathematics in Europe. The book's impact is visible in the writings of Leonardo Fibonacci. Fibonacci, an Italian mathematician, adopted and expanded on Khwarizmi's methods. Algebra became essential for fields such as commerce, surveying, and engineering. The methods became essential to many applied fields. The book played a key role in the development of mathematics education. It facilitated the teaching of algebra. Khwarizmi's work also influenced the development of other areas. His work contributed to the development of trigonometry, providing methods for solving trigonometric equations. This was essential for astronomy and surveying. The techniques became essential for many areas of scientific and engineering practice. The influence of the work is still felt today. It is the basis of algebra. The book has been used for over 1,000 years. In conclusion, Khwarizmi's Compendious book on calculation by completion and balancing stands as a landmark achievement, a testament to the power of synthesizing disparate ideas and creating a new system of thought. Its systematic approach to solving algebraic equations laid the foundation for algebra as a distinct discipline. The book's impact on mathematics, science, and society is an achievement. It provided methods for solving practical problems. His legacy continues to shape the way we approach mathematical problem solving. Khwarizmi's work showcases a pivotal moment in the evolution of human intellectual achievement. His genius lay in organizing mathematical methods into a single, coherent system. His influence would extend across centuries.
We really appreciate you tuning into this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.